our support so that you can do your best as part of our duty to ensure children learn to the expected standard and under the best possible environment and with the best possible facilities. Education officials across the country, too, have a critical role to play in shaping the quality of education in our institutions by ensuring that high standards are kept. Their supervision and inspection, both functions, keep the system running as it was envisaged and as it should. The government relies on the officials to deal with education emergencies. They are the first responders to any distress, threat, or crisis faced by learners or by teachers or by the school as a whole. They provide physical, psychological, and other forms of support that minimize danger to our children and to our schools. We are here to support our officials by providing the necessary resources they need to undertake these very necessary tasks. These vehicles that we are flagging up today will ensure the mobility and effectiveness, including the efficiency of our education officials. They will help to improve supervision and inspection services to all schools across our 47 counties, and we expect the officials to enforce school attendance by learners and teachers and map out the necessary support required in all our institutions. We also expect them to strengthen internal quality assurance and standards the government is developing with head teachers and principals in the context of the overall education curriculum. Education officials will also be able and be on the front line of the quality assurance and standard system the government is developing and perfecting continuously. Education officials should detect lapses in curriculum delivery and work together with the school leadership to deal with them and to look at how to build capacity in our schools, with our head teachers, and indeed for every learner as we seek to deliver the most appropriate and the most focused education. With examinations beginning next week, these vehicles will also improve the monitoring and distribution of examination papers across the country, and the examination period tests the entire education system and is one of the ways to ensure the system holds. What I'm saying here is that the opportunity we have next week is to test what our children have been going through, the learning they've gone through in the last 1 year. And I'm happy that it is no longer an all or nothing exercise. We are now looking at how to bring in competency-based education, that examination is not a do or die exercise. It is part of the exercise of learning. And that is why when Waziri informed me about what we are doing and what this exercise is all about, I wanted to come and provide a push so that our education officials know and understand that the reason why we have the largest budget this year for our education sector is because we have the single most important asset in the human capital of Kenya. And the best way to sharpen this human capital is through education and training and knowledge provision. And it is the reason why we are expending a lot of resources in this space, because we also know that through education, we can equalize the fortunes of all our children. It is the chance we have as society, through education, to make sure that all our children get the same chance at life. Irrespective of the community you come from, irrespective of the financial background of your parents, irrespective of the region you come from, the provision of education will give us as a society to provide a chance for all our children to have a good chance at life. It is the reason that I undertook that we will progressively ensure that we eliminate the gap that exists in our teacher-to-student ratio. We must give every child a chance to learn, and we must present them with the best possible opportunity to learn. And it is the reason why the government of Kenya will continue to deploy resources, even when we are constrained by many other factors, economic aspects, climate change issues. But this is the one thing we must always never lose focus, to give all our children a chance to be their best. Let me also say that it is the reason why this year we have improved our budget on matters school feeding, because many children in our informal settlement, in the pastoral areas, fail to go to school because there is no food at home. And sometimes they don't even have the energy to go to school because they haven't eaten something. And it is very important that our children don't lose the chance to go to school because there is a gap of a meal. It is the reason why we are improving our budget. I want to thank members of parliament. When I made the proposal to increase the budget on school feeding from about 1.5 billion to 5.5 billion, parliament approved, knowing very well that these are our children. This year, hopefully, we will improve the number of kids that will benefit from school feeding. If all the counties were to come on board, we would actually take it to 8 million kids who will get a meal in school. But working as national government, we are targeting 4 million. I did ask, and I want to thank the governor of Nairobi for coming through. I did ask that any county government that puts a shilling in school feeding program, we are going to match that shilling with another shilling, so that we can make food accessible to the children who need it to be in school. And you have seen the statistics because we've gone through these numbers. Just by providing a meal in school, the numbers go up by 150%. Clearly indicating that a meal in school is making a difference in not just attendance in